But okay, so then that would probably lead us into like the Dermott and Holl trade talks. I'm sure you've heard some buzzing around about this fucking shit. What's your thoughts on this here?
Yeah.
Holl's been a healthy scratch for 4 straight games. Here's the thing: they scratched Holl as a healthy scratch, and they haven't lost since they've done it. So it's going to
not only have they not lost, but they found their mojo.
And so, like, I feel bad for Justin Holl because I know you're not the biggest Holl fan. I like Justin Holl. I think he will get back in personally eventually, but like,
you can't mess with the lineup right now.
No, that's just the whole thing. He was scratched, a healthy scratch, and then now they're on a 5-game fucking bender and like winning streak. So what are you going to do? You're going to fucking shake up the fucking lineup? Not right now. You're not. You're not losing. So. But what do you think of the trade talks? Is there merit to this or what? Dermott or Holl? Like here, before you answer, here's what I would say. I don't think the Leafs have a lot of depth on the blue line. Like, why do you want to trade one of these guys? Does it make sense to trade one of these guys?
Well, yeah, I think
then you're going to leave yourself with just 6D and like the next guy's going to be a guy from the Marlies. Like they called up this Rubens guy.
Not if you get a defenseman back.
Okay.
Not if you get a defenseman back, and you don't have to. I'm not saying you're going to get a top 4 defenseman for Justin Holl, Travis Dermott, but you might get a piece that you could play in the lineup when someone gets hurt who may cost less than Travis Dermott and Justin Holl. Here's the thing.
Well, neither one of those guys are like burning the fucking cash, man. They're not making a lot of money, either one of them.
But every penny counts in the salary cap, especially you just signed Riley to a big contract. We could go down that road, but we won't.
Let me throw this at you, Chad, before you continue. The Leafs have 7D on their roster right now, okay? 2 of them shoot right-handed. Justin Holl and Timothy Liljegren. Everybody else is fucking lefties. The only 2 right-handed shots on that fucking team are Justin Holl and Timothy Liljegren. So I don't know. You want to take it down to 1 or like, okay, you said, yeah, you might get somebody back, but I don't know, man. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me to be like, when they have their depth on D is not great. So what are you doing? Like, I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, these trade talks. I don't really get it. I know you said the cap space, but like,
yeah, I don't know. My theory on it is that, okay, Mike Babcock was he scratched Justin Holl for like 70 whatever games.
Oh, fuck. Basically the whole season.
He sat in the press box, and then they started to play him. And then I think Dubas, for some reason, kind of like fell in love with him. And I don't know if it was sort of a middle finger to Babcock, and he gave him a contract. He protected him in the expansion draft. But the whole time, I always felt like Justin Holl was as good as Jake Muzzin was playing. And if Muzzin wasn't on his game, Justin Holl wasn't very good. And now what I'm seeing is Muzzin hasn't had a great start to the year. Justin Holl looked terrible. You put Brody with Muzzin, they're both not playing that great, but they bring each other up to a better level than before.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
And I don't know. I don't know what it is with Justin Holl. I think he's not a great skater. I think he chops the puck. Like, he's not a great stick handler. He's not. You watch Liljegren, and he's a smooth skater, but it's his puck handling ability. It's his ability to spin, turn, get away from the check, make the pass. I don't think Holl has that. I never understood why they loved him so much.
I don't know. Do you want to get rid of your biggest guy? He's the biggest guy back there.
No, I'm not saying get rid of him. But
and not only that, Chad, they protected
he's a healthy scratch.
They protected 8 players. Justin Holl was fucking one of them. They protected this fucking guy.
Hey, I know.
So
I've never been a huge Justin Holl fan. I've never thought he was a top 4 defenseman. I think he's a piece on the decor. Like, he could be a 5-6 or a guy who fills in when people are injured. But I never thought he was. I just never thought he was what Dubas and company were making him out to be. And really, if you think about it, maybe Mike Babcock overextended it by scratching him for 70 whatever games.
Yeah.
But there's a reason. Mike Babcock's he's not a complete idiot.
Well,
there was a reason that he didn't want him playing.
I don't know. He can just be he can be
He
an
can
idiot
be a
for no
dick.
reason.
He can be a dick.
If he doesn't like
but
if
for
he doesn't
that
like if he
long-
doesn't like you, he doesn't like you. That's just
that's true. That's true. That's true. But maybe he saw something and he was like, no, like I don't want to use him.
But when they gave
Keith
Holl,
is doing the same thing right now.
right now, but that's because he struggled at the beginning of the season. But he played.
Yeah,
like
but what if he doesn't get back in the lineup?
I think he will. But like he played every game last year, and I thought he played well. He looked like he belonged. I think he's got a good attitude. Like I think he's.
But Muzzin had a great year.
I know. Yeah, you're right.
I think he's just when Muzzin was hurt or when Muzzin wasn't playing. Did Justin Holl look great? No.
Okay, so before we don't have to spend a lot of time on this because I don't think there's a lot of smoke here. Like I think it's just like I just don't see it. I don't think they're going to trade one of these guys, at least not at this time. Maybe as the year goes on, we'll see what happens. But I don't think it's going to happen right now. I think Holl will eventually get back in and get another shot. We'll see what happens. But like as of right now, just to finish it, like if you had to choose, if one of them was to go for you, it's Dermott or it's Holl. One of them stays, one of them goes. If it was your choice,
probably Holl
goes.
I know. Yeah, I would trade Justin Holl
over Travis Dermott.
Yeah,
I will say this. I thought Dermott had a pretty decent game tonight. He looked pretty good. He looked good in his own end. I thought Dermott had a pretty solid, maybe his best game of the year. I don't know. Honestly,
I think Dermott has. I know he's into his career. He's not a rookie or
he's a lot younger than Justin Holl.
He's a lot younger. He's a better skater and a better stick handler. And I think you can work with those skills and make him a better player. But with Justin Holl, he is what he is. Like he gets by on his size, his reach, and the fact that he was playing with Jake Muzzin.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Justin Holl. And a lot of people will be like, I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's fine.
No. And okay,
that's just how I feel.
Look, we'll move off this, but I just want to say quickly before we do, like, look, a lot of guys struggled at the beginning of the year. Holl was the one guy they healthy scratched. They could have healthy scratched fucking 10 other dudes, and they chose not to. Holl ended up getting healthy scratched.
Okay, but how many little plays have happened in the past 5 games that they've won with Timothy Liljegren and Rasmus Sandin doing something? Like,
yeah, no, you're right.
Healthy scratching Justin Holl changed the whole defense.
No, Chad, but I'm not saying take Sandin or Liljegren out. I'm saying it's Dermott or it's Holl. Pick one. Like that's how I kind of see this. I like the pair of Liljegren and Dermott and Sandin. I like them to let them grow together. Like they seem to have good chemistry together. Let them just blossom into like 2 young Swedes on the blue line. Like let them go. Let them have at it. Have at it. Anyway, okay.
Anyway, we'll get off that.
Hey everyone, Dale here. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. While you're here, why don't you take a look around at some of our other videos? And if you want to listen to the audio version of our podcast, we are available on all podcast platforms. You can check in the description below for links to our website and all our other social media. And if you want to support the podcast, you can do so by going to our Patreon page, and you can find a link to that as well. The Tip In Maple Leafs Podcast.